Seed of everything. There's fire burns inside me, that fire to take control. Faith dies that they cannot break me, then the book it never let go. Then now I'm back again, the rest are left behind. That stops and it's stopping the shaking. It's time for the break it down. Take it over. Hello. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Sean. You're leaving your sister's house now. Well, have fun. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the debut episode of WWE Evolve. I'm a new voice here on the show. My name is Andrew Thompson. And I'll be your leading broadcast colleague for these shows here tonight. And alongside me is former Diva Search winner Maria Canales and former NXT General Manager Eva Marie. Nice of you. Did I get the game? Not yet. I did remind my mum to go get it for me. Welcome, ladies. It's an honor to be here. You know, it feels good to be back in WWE. It is awesome to be back in WWE. Hey, isn't the last time we saw you, you were thrown in a dumpster truck or something? How did you get out of that? I crawled out. Well, anyway, we got some big matches in store for everybody here tonight, especially our big main event. We've got Cassie Fairbanks, who tapped out the Evolve champion on NXT last night, and she's going to get a shot at the champ tonight here on NXT, but this time with the gold on the line. But also, we'll be seeing our Evolve champion, Super Sean Legacy. He will be in action, and a whole lot more on this epic debut episode of Evolve. But let's head up to Lillian Garcia. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the CEO of WWE, Patrick Ballantine. I love you too, Isabel. Hey. Hey! Oh man, it's weird to hear this music again. Yeah, I know. Well, there he is, the boss man, Patrick Ballantine. He's got a big announcement to make regarding Evolve, and I have to say, WWE turned Jade Cargill heel. Not surprised. They turn everybody heel. Everyone turns heel, man. Triple H turns everybody face or heel. I completely forgot SmackDown was on today. I mean, to be fair, I barely watch it nowadays, so of course I'm gonna forget. She attacked Tiffany after helping her against Kiana and Julia. Awesome! That means we're going to be getting Tiffany and Jade again. Awesome. Awesome. Cannot wait to see that match again. Hello! Evolve Universe! Are you all excited for the first episode of Evolve? I swear, Triple H must have seen my stream where I turned Jade Cargill heel, and he's like, yeah, I gotta turn her heel now. He turns everybody heel, man. He turns everybody heel. Nikki Bella's gonna turn heel on Stephanie Bakir. He turns everyone heel. Guaranteed, Nikki Bella will turn on Stephanie Bakir. Just watch. So I'm out here to make a big announcement. As you all know, Evolve does not have a general manager. So, just because fans may want it doesn't mean you should do it. Triple H turns everybody heel. You go heel, you go heel, you must be a heel, this person be's heel. Everyone has to turn heel, apparently. Triple H spams heel turns and title changes. That's all he does. He thinks that fixes everything. So I'm out here to announce the general manager of WWE Evolve. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the general manager of Evolve, WWE Hall of Famer, Tori Wilson. Wow. Wow, that's a big, huge announcement. Tori Wilson, the general manager of Evolve. That's amazing. Congratulations. Big major promotion for her. You know, I'm actually glad you weren't named general manager, Eva. You know, after how my last time as a GM went, it'd probably be for the best. Yeah, you're probably right. Tori. Thank you, everyone. It's an honor to be out here as your general manager of Evolve. So I'm out here. I would like to make a few announcements regarding next week's Evolve, since this show was booked by Patrick. Since this whole show tonight was booked by Patrick, I will be getting my duties next week, and I'll be beginning to make matches next week. And so next week, I want to have a fatal four-way to determine the #1 contender for Sean Legacy's Evolve Championship. And also next week, there'll be some big matches in store for everybody next week. So I hope you all enjoy the show tonight. And Evolve is going to be a big show. Enjoy the show, everyone. Wow, this is going to be good. Yeah, congratulations to Tori Wilson on this promotion. She looked a little bit nervous out there, but hey, give her time, she'll get better. Hey, I was nervous when I was given the role as NXT GM, and eventually over time I got comfortable. And you got drunk with power. Well, I guess I couldn't help myself then. But ladies and gentlemen, as we've talked about already, it's going to be an epic night of action here on Evolve, and it's time for our first match. Be fabulous. This opening contest is set for one fall, making her way to the ring, B-Fab. Well, here's the weird thing. B-Fab was once pretty much respected by the fans, but, you know, on her social media page, she did a diss track on Rachel Pierce. You know, honestly, that was, yeah, I listened to it, and it actually wasn't that bad. I mean, I thought it was a little rude. Wow, Eva, really? Yeah, I thought it was a little rude of B-Fab. Like, Rachel's just doing her best. She's always that hard worker type. But B-Fab thought, I mean, I guess maybe beating Bianca Belair has made Bianca a little bit arrogant, I guess you could say. Could probably say that, I suppose. But here comes a young lady with a bright future. Rachel Pierce. And her opponent from Germany, Rachel Pierce. Bit of a new look for Rachel here tonight. Bit of a new look for Rachel here tonight as she's preparing for singles action here on Evolve. Someone is calling people stupid for not being excited that we have a heel Jade now. Yeah, Jade's more than likely just going to lose again to Super Tiff. Yes, she's got Julius Creed. Yeah, she's got Julius Creed. B-Fab now with an arm lock to start things off here. You know, Evolve was created for superstars, like Rachel Pierce, like B-Fab, who don't get a lot of opportunities on NXT, and I think this could really help them in the long run. Yeah, it could really help them, get some shine in, and big blockbuster could help them get some shine and maybe eventually get some opportunities on NXT. Well, Rachel Pierce made it clear to Lucy Wright she wants the Evolve Women's Championship. She's going to come for her title at some point. And now B-Fab with a figure 4 headlock. You suck, Rachel! Yes, you do! Now look at this. And B-Fab's little diss track on Rachel Pierce. Like, a lot of fans, really didn't like what B-Fab had to say about Rachel. But look, here's the thing. Right? Rachel was given all the attention, right? She was given all this attention. So how will these streams go? Will they be live? Is Evolve only for NXT talents? It's mainly for talent that don't get used on NXT, but some main roster talent can turn up if they're not being used. If there are any main roster talent that are not really being used, then maybe they can make some appearances on Evolve. And they will be live. Rachel now starting, and now Rachel Pierce starting to build momentum. Come on! Rachel. And now Rachel now starting to build some momentum here. Oh man, big kick right to the face to B-Fab to put her away, and B-Fab holds on. Now B-Fab, oh man, face buster. And B-Fab with a face buster. And now B-Fab has Pierce. Oh, that vicious neck breaker. And B-Fab picks up the win. Wow. I rise and you ain't gonna stop me. Wow. Here is your winner, B-Fab. Wow, that's a big win there for B-Fab. And B-Fab hung Rachel up against the ropes and then took advantage. And then the B-Fabulous neck breaker that she calls the wrap out with the pinfall win over Rachel. That's right. Oh, but B-Fab getting a win here on Evolve as Rachel falls short here tonight. Yes, yeah, look, I've been saying Jade should be a heel for a while. I've been saying Jade is not a good babyface and she should turn heel, and yeah, I'm glad Triple H is finally doing that. But again, does everybody need to turn? He should only be doing it for those that need to turn heel. He shouldn't just be doing it because, oh, we need more faces and more heels. But the fact that we're getting Tiffany and Jade again, but this time with Jade as a heel, I'm not excited for it. Like, can we please get something different? Oh, but it's different. Jade's a bad guy this time. I don't care. She's had her opportunities. She's had her chances. It's annoying. The fact we're on Evolve is a joke. Exactly. We are the New Day. We're the greatest tag team of all time. Yeah, the fact that we've been demoted. I hate Kelly. I know what you mean. It's different because Tiffany is facing Julia and Kiana. Yeah, well, Jade's... Well, friggin' Kiana's... What's her name? What's her friggin' name? Julia. Julia's the friggin' U.S. champion. Jade shouldn't... Tiffany should not be fighting the U.S. champion. She shouldn't be feuding with the U.S. champion. The U.S. champion should be having her own feuds, defending her own title. Just do a godforsaken draft, please. Thank God for the New Day. That's right. How is it different? Because the fans say it's different. But tonight, we're going to put New Catch Republic in their place. That's right. Because we are the New Day. Let's go. It's your boys, the New Day. Like, Julia's the U.S. champion. She should be defending her own title. We shouldn't be having to see Tiffany and Julia fighting. Julia should only be fighting Tiffany until she's not the U.S. champion anymore. Well, here come the New Day. You know, it's an absolute travesty that one of the greatest tag teams of all time are here on Evolve. Well, you got a problem with that, Maria? Of course there's a problem with it. New Day are the greatest tag team of all time, and they've been demoted down to Evolve. Well, isn't that what Evolve is supposed to be all about? High profile names here on Evolve. These guys should be in title contention for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Well, they take on New Catch Republic here tonight. New Catch Republic. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun. And their opponents, Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. New Catch Republic. New Catch Republic, or the other Americanos, if you want to call them that. Man, poor Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, man. Having to be have to play those stupid Americano gimmick. And yet, people wanted to say what they did to Pete Dunne and the Brawling Brutes was bad. They named him Butch. They named him Butch. Why couldn't he be himself? Is he not himself as this stupid Americano? He's not himself under that stupid Americano mask. At least he was used as Butch. At least he actually had a character. And it was the only time I actually cared about him. It's funny because Ridge Holland and Pete Dunne and the Brawling Brutes made me care about Ridge Holland and Pete Dunne. And then as soon as the Brawling Brutes ended, I stopped caring about them. I truly believe Butch was better than what they're doing with Pete Dunne now. The fact that the New Day are here on Evolve is absolutely a travesty. One of the best tag teams in the world being relegated to this show. Well, hey, you know, big stars. The New Day are big stars. You know, they're big stars. They're big stars. They're, well, used to be popular. They were popular for 10 years until they turned their backs on Big E. They just got sick and tired of Big E, okay? They got sick and tired of Big E. What did poor old Big E do to them? He was injured, Eva. Well, that's what happens when you're injured. Poor old Big E didn't deserve that. I wholeheartedly agree with you, Eva. He really didn't. You can't control injuries. These kind of things happen. And now Kofi Kingston in trouble here. Kingston, Woods, and Parker had some issues with young up and comers who did wrestle here on Evolve. I bloody told you that was the reward that Bayley was going to give Lyra, a tag team title opportunity. Friggin' knew that was the so-called surprise Bayley had for Lyra Valkyria. Friggin' predictable, man. Just handing out title shots. Can't earn these things anymore. Just gotta hand them out. Christmas gifts for everybody. Merry Christmas. Ho ho ho. You get a gift. You get this. You get that. Triple H sucks, man. He sucks. He sucks at his job. I don't care where she made the challenge. She still did it. Congratulations, Bayley and Lyra. You got yourself a title opportunity. Whoopee, no one cares. Friggin' predictable, man. But everyone's just gonna sit there and accept it. Wow, title match! Guarantee Bayley turns on Lyra after the match. Calling it now, because Triple H turns everybody frickin' heel. Look at this now. Oh, Kingston now from behind. Kingston from behind with a roll up. Tyler Bate trying to take advantage there. Oh, Enziguri right to the face. Instead of building people up to fight for titles, they're just like, we'll just hand out title opportunities. But Patrick, you complain about champions never defending the titles, and when they actually do defend, you're still complaining. You're never happy about anything. Now Kingston has Tyler Bate, and there it is, the trouble in paradise. And there's the win for the New Day. The New Day's time. It's New Day's time. Here are your winners, the New Day. Congratulations to the New Day on this victory here on Evolve. New Day get the win. That's right, we're the best. Congratulations to the New Day. Pat, you complain about champions never defending their titles, and when they do finally defend, you're still complaining about it. You're never happy. Well, you want to know why? You want to know why I'm still complaining about it? Because there's no storyline reason for it to happen. Bayley and Lyra have had no beef with Charlotte and Alexa at all. It's just, oh, we'll just fight Roxanne and Raquel 500 times and then all of a sudden we get a title shot. Like, I need storyline reasons to care about these matches. You can't just put a title on the line and be all like, care! Champions are defending. Why do you think I didn't care about Sami Zayn's open challenges? Oh, he's defending his title. Isn't that what you want? A fighting champion? Being a fighting champion and defending his title? No. Well, yes and no. Yes and no. He can do open challenges if he wants. But do they have to be every week? You could do an open challenge maybe once or twice and then put him in a feud with someone. And then after he's done with his feud with someone, he can do maybe a couple more open challenges. But then you find someone else for him to feud with. I need storylines. I don't want just title matches for the sake of it. If there's no storyline progression, then these title matches are pointless. And then you just perform title changes for no reason. But people are just going to defend it because it's Papa H. People are just going to defend it because it's Papa H. When someone said that Bayley had a surprise for Lyra Valkyria, I immediately knew, yeah, I guarantee you it's going to be a tag team title match against Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. And of course, and of course, go figure! Predictable. Hi Tori, congrats on becoming GM. Thanks Ren. Thanks Ren. I appreciate it. Tori! Oh brother. Why is the EST on Evolve? I mean, I'm the EST for crying out loud. And this is the show. And this is the show you put me and Tez on. Yeah, man. What kind of joke? What kind of joke is this? What kind of joke is this? This is a demotion. Oh my God! Is this all you ever do? Is this all you ever do, Bianca? You went from being the EST, the face of Monday Night Raw, to now becoming the biggest crybaby in the world. You were once the longest reigning Raw Women's Champion, and now all you do is moan. Oh look, Tez, it's Ren Sinclair. Have you ever held a title in WWE? Well, yes, in fact, I'm a former NXT Tag Team Champion. With Lola Vice. Have you won a singles title? Exactly. You never said singles title. You just said title. Okay, enough. Since the two of you want to bicker, then how about this? Next week on Evolve, Bianca Belair, you will go one-on-one with Ren Sinclair next week. Hell no! I'm not wasting my time with this loser. Oh, is the EST scared She's not the roughest. she's not the toughest. She's the weakest. And she's the scared-est. You think you're real funny. You think you're real funny. Fine. I'll fight you next week on Evolve, Ren. But there'll be nothing. But you know what will be the funniest thing? That I can beat you when I beat you, and you take a kiss of death. Let's go, Tez. Dun 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 dun. Well, Bianca Belair and Ren Sinclair next week. You know, I actually agree with Bianca Belair. Her being here on Evolve is a travesty. Well, if she's got a problem with it, why did she turn up? Now bring the swag, not the pride again. It's it up, yeah, then I got it, yeah. I bring the swag, not the pride again. It's it up, yeah, and then I got it, yeah. The following contest is set for one fall. Making his way to the ring, Angelo Dawkins. Angelo Dawkins set for action here on Evolve against Otis, the boyfriend of the Evolve Women's Champion, Lucy Wright. Well, this should be an interesting contest. Well, this is going to be an interesting contest. We've also learned that we've also been informed that the Speed titles will soon become a part of Evolve, since Evolve needs more championships. I guess I can't say I blame it. The Speed titles will be... Speaking of no storylines, John Cena and AJ Styles' recent match, I literally saw fans saying it didn't need a story because their history writes itself. Well, AJ Styles himself even told us that they didn't need a story. AJ Styles literally told us that. We don't need a story. Just shut up and enjoy the match. That is literally Triple H telling AJ Styles to say that. Triple H wants us to just accept wrestling matches with no stories, with no rhyme or reason for them to happen. There's the big man Otis. You know, Otis is a lucky man to have a woman like Lucy Wright. He is a lucky man to have a woman like Lucy Wright by his side. Poor old Otis. I feel like he's being manipulated by that girl. Why would you say that, Eva? Just look at Lucy Wright. Just look at Lucy Wright. I think you're just jealous. Why would I be jealous? Because Lucy Wright's hotter than you. Alright, you two. You don't need to argue. Alright, you two. You don't need to bicker amongst yourselves. We're here to call a match. I just believe he's being manipulated by Lucy Wright. Lucy Wright using her attractive good looks to put him under some kind of spell. Well, I think you're full of it, Eva. And now Dawkins sending Otis into the corner. Big old clothesline. Well, apparently you could say the same thing about Brock Lesnar and John Cena. They didn't need a story because the history writes itself. No one wanted to see John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. But John Cena had him down on a list. What list? What, some imaginary list that... What, some imaginary list? Please. And now Otis looking to build some momentum. But Dawkins fighting back. And Dawkins beginning to fight back here. And Otis getting dumped out to the outside. Oh, and a swanton bomb to the outside. Wow, that's a good, well, that's a one way to turn things around. Incredible. And Dawkins with a big clothesline. And a sky high. Jeez. We got Spinebuster on the outside by Dawkins. And now Dawkins building momentum. We want the snow. And here comes Dawkins, charges towards Otis. And Otis for the clothesline. And a spinebuster by the big man. And a spinebuster by Otis. And now Otis. Oh, sending Dawkins into the corner. Dawkins fighting. Dawkins able to fight out of it. And now Otis thinking a power bomb, and Dawkins powers free. Dawkins powering free. And now starting to pick up a head of steam. And now Otis now. And Otis now with a kick to the gut. Oh, and a big power bomb. Otis gets the win. Wow, big win. Blue collar solid, I'm a working man. Now earning honors. Blue collar solid, I'm... And a big congratulations to Otis on that win. When Tom said this today, I was like, no surprise. He said Saudi has requested for no women's matches to main event WrestleMania when they host it. Of course! They don't want women on their shows. You might as well just not even book women on that WrestleMania at all. You might as well just not even book any women at all to be on that WrestleMania. I'm so sick of Saudi, man. I'm so sick of Saudi bossing them around saying, we don't want the women to main event. You know what I would say? I'd say, nah, screw you. It's my company. I can do what I want. If I want the women to main event, I want them to main event. You may be hosting the event, but that doesn't mean you can tell me what I can and can't do. If I want the women to main event, I want them to main event, and you have to deal with it. Triple H is just bending the knee to Saudi's will. He's just basically being like, yes, sir, we will not have any women main event WrestleMania. We will please you, my Saudi prince. We'll please you, Saudi prince. They're just basically bending the knee to Saudi. They're just doing what Saudi wants. It's Triple H's company. He can do what he wants. They should accept it. And if they don't accept it, then don't go back there. They should accept what Triple H gives them. And if they don't like it, then tough shit. Give the women the main event slot of next year's WrestleMania then. If they're not going to have it when they go to Saudi, then give the women the main event at 42 next year. But is that going to happen? No. That's probably not going to happen either. Sami Zayn will probably get a main event. And Jey Uso will probably get a main event. Since Triple H likes pushing them. Imagine if what you said was told them, then Saudi would say, don't come back here. We will keep the money you've made for us. I'd be like, good, I don't want to go back. Like, I don't want to work for Saudi if they're not. I wouldn't want to work for someone who's bossing me around and telling me how I should run the company. Like, it's my damn company. I can do whatever the hell I want. You don't like it? Tough shit. 89 dislikes on the video of Jay winning. I know, it's getting out of control, man. Triple H better listen. Fans don't want Jay Uso. This is almost as bad as the time when Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble and then gave his win to The Rock. Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next is the debut of a young lady we've been looking... Jin Tala. She is set for singles action tonight. These Evolve streams are probably not going to be long. They're probably not going to be very long either. So don't expect them to be like 2 hours long, or 1.5 hours, or usual. Here comes Jin Tala, making her in-ring debut tonight. Well, this girl has wrestled on Evolve many times. She's actually been undefeated on Evolve. She's been undefeated on Evolve ever since her arrival, and she's been very much dominant. She is craving for that NXT debut. And her opponent, the Aussie Natural, Sally Dennis. Sally Dennis making her first appearance here on Evolve in singles competition. You know, Sally is a talented young lady. You know, when I was the general manager of NXT, I saw what this girl could bring. This girl was very talented. Yet you never pushed her. Well, I was a heel, Maria. I'm just speaking my honesty that she was really talented, despite how I felt at the time. Well, Sally is very underrated in my opinion. She's probably one of the more underrated talents on NXT, a former NXT All-Star Women's Champion. She's definitely criminally underrated. I feel like she really gets overlooked a lot, and I think here on Evolve could really help spark something. Well, Jin Tala, who has been unbeaten on Evolve, even during before all these shows were brought on live. Jin Tala with a big kick. Sally Dennis on here on the show on her own. No Daphne Shaw, her tag team partner. Wonder what their team name. What would their team name be? Hopefully, it's not something stupid like fusing their names together. I think they called themselves. The Naturals of Justice. I think that kind of sounds lame. Well, it's probably better than merging their names together. Now, is it? You're probably right. Jin Tala with those shots to the kidney area of Sally Dennis. And Sally Dennis fighting back. And now Dennis. Top rope. What has she got in store here? For Tala. Oh, big suplex. Big suplex to Tala. Big suplex to Tala. And now Sally, Sally was looking to go for a high-risk move. And Sally dashes towards Tala, and Jin drops her. And now Tala on the top rope. Dennis gets a kick right to the noggin, into the cover. Alexa versus Nia. Why? God almighty, can we please not? I hope you enjoy watching Alexa Bliss get crushed next week. God, who are they going to pair Nia? God, who are they going to pair Nia Jax with as a team? Jade Cargill. And now, oh, big spinning powerbomb. Big spinning powerbomb there by Dennis. Carver and Tala gets her shoulders up. Tala kicking out. Nia came back and told Charlotte that Alexa is manipulative and not to trust her. Oh, and she's one to talk. She manipulated Tiffany. Oh wow, she's one to talk. She manipulated Tiffany Stratton to not cash in on her. And how did that turn out for her? And now Jin Tala. Whoever did this Jin Tala did not give her a moveset. Yep, this is the default moveset. Oh! Knee to the face. And a win for Tala. Yep, whoever made this Jin Tala clearly didn't give her a moveset because everything was generic. And Jin Tala with another win. Whenever they come out with the boxing entrance, you know it's a generic one. Wrong finisher, yep. Whenever you download a created wrestler and they have the boxing entrance, then you know they've just been left with the generic moveset. That they create them and then they just leave them with the generic moveset. And now Jin Tala. And oh, look at this. Oh, and now Tala not done with Sally Dennis. And look at this. Now grabs the arm. And oh, look at this. A painful armbar locked in here. And now Jin Tala grabbing the arm. And look at this. Rising from the ground. Uh-oh. And here comes Daphne Shaw. Here comes Sally's partner, Daphne Shaw. And Jin Tala wanting no part of Daphne. And Jin Tala wanting no part of Daphne Shaw. Come on. And Daphne Shaw saving her partner and friend Sally. But Jin Tala making a statement here tonight. Yep, that's usually how you know someone didn't do their moveset correctly. If they're left with the boxer entrance, and if they have the Superman punch as their signature, then you know everything was left as generic. Typical. That's usually how people create wrestlers these days. They just leave them with their generic movesets. Can't be buggered just doing their movesets. But it's Jin Tala, man. Probably people didn't know what her finisher was. It's called doing your research. Yeah, Nia Jax is the one to talk about manipulating people. Didn't she try to manipulate Tiffany Stratton to not cash in on her? She has no room to talk about manipulating. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest at this time, Cassie Fairbanks. Cassie, in our main event tonight, you are going to meet Lucy Wright for the Evolve Women's Championship. Now, you're usually on NXT and you go for the NXT titles. But what would it mean for your career to become the Evolve Women's Champion? What it would mean for my career? Well, it would mean that I beat Lucy Wright. You know, I told everyone I would pound in her pretty face and make her tap out on NXT, and I did. And now I'm going to do it again. And now I'm going to do it again. But this time, with the title on the line, I'm going to do it again, but this time with the title on the line. And this time I'm going to rip the championship from her. And then she can go back to her boy Otis with nothing. Well, best of luck to you in the main event. Thank you. Cassie Fairbanks with a big match. There's still to come, our big main event. Do you want to be American Idiot? The following contest is a tag match set for one fall. Making their way to the ring, Angela and Essie Lee. All the Lee sisters here on Evolve, set for tag action against April Johnson and Kimberly Smith. You know, I don't like the new attitude of these sisters. This new attitude of the Lee sisters has really been rubbing people the wrong way. It's really been rubbing people the wrong way. I love it. It's about time they showed more grit to them. And their opponents, the team of April Johnson and Kimberly Smith. Well, Kimberly Smith was the one that suggested to April they'd form a tag team together. It was her idea for them to become a tag team and become a part of the tag team division. That's kind of what has kick-started this rivalry with the Lee sisters, making fun of them, thinking they could be a part of a tag division. Well, I see a lot of potential in April and Kimberly as a team. I think there's a lot of potential there with these two as a team. Well, there's definitely potential, of course. Was Kimberly's inspired by Toni Storm since she uses her entrance? In a way, you could probably say that. There's the tag, and by April, you could say she was, and also the face paint, because Toni Storm used to have a little bit of paint on her face as well. Kimberly starting thing with Essie Lee, and oh, big brainbuster. Big brainbuster on Essie. You know, Essie and Angela, former tag team champions. Lee sisters suck. Lee sisters suck. Lee sisters suck. Shut up! And look at this here. And the Evolve fans letting the Lee sisters know how they feel about them. The Lee sisters are two-time NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. They could have made history at Spring Breaking, and I think they could have the potential to still make history. Well, these sisters' new attitude has really been rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. Honestly, I love it. I love that these two are finally starting to come out of their shells. No more smiley goodies. They're finally coming out of their shell, and they're becoming their own people for once. And and now Kimberly. Now Kimberly being worked on here. Kimberly now being picked apart here by the Lee twins. Angela and Essie, the twin sisters. Yeah, they're wearing the exact same ring attire. It's hard to tell who's who. Well, it's easy to tell who's who. Eve, one's a high flyer and the other one's a striker. One's a high flyer and the other one's a striker. It's not that hard to tell. Well, Essie Lee, we saw her debut a new finishing move like this past Tuesday on NXT when the Lee sisters defeated April, Kimberly, and Susan in a 6-women's tag team match. A double knees right to the jaw. Well, again, it's nice to see that she's evolving her moveset, and no pun intended because we're on Evolve. Oh, and Kimberly. Essie and Angela once used twin magic in a match. Oh man! Because they were paying homage to the Bella twins, and now Kimberly trying to make the tag to April, but Angela not letting that happen. Angela not letting it happen. Cover again on Smith, and Smith kicks out. Kimberly, 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 Kimberly. Oh, look at this. The Evolve Universe starting to rally behind Kimberly. And now Kimberly now. Tag! And here comes April. Tag made, and here comes April. And now April now. And now April like a house on fire. Building momentum. Look at April go. Just look at April go. Pounding away on Angela. Angela now starting to feel the wrath of April Johnson. Starting to feel the effects of April Johnson's onslaught. And now Angela now in trouble. Big superplex coming, and Kimberly Smith. And Kimberly Smith taking care of Essie. Kimberly Smith doing the smart thing, taking care of Essie Lee on the outside. Because you know the Lee twins will probably want to try their twin magic trick again. Oh, look at this. And now Kimberly and Essie now going back and forth. Eva Maria April is a second generation superstar that won the last season's Tough Enough. Yes, she is. She is a second generation star, the daughter of Ahmed Johnson, who's now a Hall of Famer. Tag made. Here comes Essie. Oh! Come on! And now April Johnson now starting to feel the effects here. Oh, and a shot to the head. And now Essie Lee now. And Essie Lee in trouble. Essie Lee in trouble. And Johnson with the neck breaker. Oh, and Angela. And Angela getting knocked off the apron. And April now with a kick to the gut. The Pearl River Plunge. Win for Johnson and Smith. Essie went on a ride on the Pearl River Plunge. Here are your winners. The team of April Johnson and Kimberly Smith. Kimberly and April with a big win here on Evolve, knocking off the Lee sisters. Tried to use their magic trick, but Kimberly took care of Angela on the outside, and that allowed Essie Lee to go on the ride on the Pearl River Plunge, and a big win for Johnson and Smith. Well, it feels like this rivalry but it feels like this rivalry is far from over. Let's take you back to what happened on NXT this past Tuesday on NXT. It was the main event. It was Natalya and Ruby Soho taking on the NXT champions of the women's division. Kalani Jordan, Soho had a little bit of a brawl on the outside, and Emily Bell was about to put Natty away, and then look at this. And then the sharpshooter was applied on the NXT Women's Champion, and Emily Bell had nowhere to go. Was forced to tap out to Natalia's sharpshooter. That is twice Natalia has knocked off the NXT Women's Champion. And I tell you, Natty has been on quite a bit of a roll as of late. No kidding. You know, hey, I was trained by Natty. I know how difficult it is to work with her. Yeah, and that still didn't make you a better wrestler. Oh, knock it off, Maria. When you stand next to me, you feel that you can. And I move him out of the way. It's all about me. It's all about the power. Well, there comes Dean Franklin. This following contest is set for one fall. Making his way to the ring, Dean Franklin. Oh, Dean Franklin set for action here against the Men's Evolve Champion, Super Sean Legacy. Sean Legacy knocked off Jackson Drake of the Vanity Project. And his opponent, he is the new Evolve Champion. Yep, another Jade Tiffany match at Saturday night's main event. Awesome, can't wait. Can't wait. And that's me being sarcastic. Super Sean Legacy. Can't wait for AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch to be put on that show. Well, actually, no, that's not going to happen because she's never on the shows anymore. She's never on the damn shows anymore, so... She's never on the damn shows, so of course she's not going to get a match. You know, what are your thoughts on Sean Legacy since he's become the Evolve Champion? You know, he's actually really good. He's been a... You know, he's a very talented young man. He's got a big future ahead of him. And also, because he was able to knock off Jackson Drake of the Vanity Project, I think that's a big deal. I think it's a big deal. Vanity Project have definitely been making a name for themselves on NXT as of late. Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes were able to pin AJ Styles and Jay White. And not only that, Zeta Steele is now the youngest Speed champion at the age of 21. You know, I'm actually kind of... Apparently AJ Lee on the Netflix Netflix advertisement of November 17th. Well, she better start showing up soon because I'm starting to grow impatient. Because I'm starting to grow very impatient. You bring her back after 10 years and then you keep her off TV for this long? No, unacceptable. But she's on a book tour, man. Triple H can't do anything about that. He can. He could have just rid her off TV. He could have just booked an angle where Becky Lynch attacked her backstage. And that way we would have known she's off TV. You can't just have someone vanish with no reason. Of course he can do something about it. He's just a lazy prick. Oh. Dean Franklin was thinking the fade to obscurity. He was thinking the fade to obscurity finishing move there that he likes to utilize. And now Legacy. Oh, Spanish fly. Legacy with a Spanish fly. And now Legacy has Franklin. Boom! And Legacy, big move on Franklin. Legacy gets the win. Big win for Legacy. Here is your winner, the Evolve. Shambles by Sean Legacy. He calls that move the Shambles, and a big win for Sean Legacy. And Sean Legacy picking up the win as he celebrates his hard-fought victory. And oh, what the hell! From behind, Dean Franklin! Dean Franklin from behind just assaulted Legacy! Look at this! Frustration overload for Dean Franklin here. Frustration overload by Dean Franklin. And now, oh my God, and Franklin just rammed Legacy into the post. Oh, I haven't seen this side of Franklin in a long time. Oh, look at this. Oh, man, now Legacy being hung up. And now Franklin with the fade to obscurity to Legacy. Good almighty, Dean Franklin just assaulting the Evolve champion. I want this! God almighty, Dean Franklin just assaulting the Evolve champion. Well, clearly he's been frustrated over these last several weeks. I guess I can't blame him. But man, that was vicious. I haven't seen that side of Franklin in a long time. So it's about time we see that version of Dean Franklin again. Absolute madness. Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, our main event, Cassie Fairbanks, who tapped out the Evolve champion on NXT last Tuesday, will now go one-on-one with the champion again, but this time with the title on the line. Can Cassie Fairbanks dethrone Lucy Wright of her Evolve championship, or will Lucy Wright remain the champion, the queen of Evolve, is what she calls herself? Well, next week, we can confirm next week it has been made official. The EST, Bianca Belair, will make her Evolve debut, and she'll be taking on Ren Sinclair next week on Evolve. This is absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe that Bianca Belair is going to be on Evolve. And also next week on Evolve, Jin Tala, after hurting Sally Dennis, next week on Evolve, it will be Daphne Shaw's turn to step up to Jin Tala. It'll be Daphne Shaw and Jin Tala next week on Evolve. And I for one cannot wait. Knocking on the door. Get down. This following contest is for the WWE Evolve Women's Championship. Introducing the challenger from Birmingham, England, Cassie Fairbanks. Oh, Cassie Fairbanks. This is her first appearance here on Evolve, and she could walk away with the Evolve Women's Championship here tonight. Well, she tapped out the champ once, and she's looking to do it again here in the Evolve main event. Yep, Roxanne loses. Roxanne loses. Pinsan Perez about to take another L. And her opponent, she is the Evolve Women's Champion, Lucy Wright. God, just look at that title around Lucy's waist. Doesn't it just look so right around her waist? Oh, I see what you did there. You're very funny. You're very funny, Maria. Thank you, Eva. The Evolve Women's Championship about to be decided. Big matchup here. First big title defense here on Evolve. These women boo Lucy because they are jealous of her. They are that she is far more beautiful than them. Hi, Andy. Ugh. And Cassie Fairbanks clotheslining right to the outside. And Fairbanks. And Fairbanks going through, and Fairbanks diving through the ropes. You don't see Fairbanks do those kinds of moves often, but when she does utilize them, she utilizes them to perfection. She is a submission grappling wrestler, Lucy Wright, who is obviously not flashy at all. She doesn't need to be flashy. That's why she's the Evolve Women's Champion. She doesn't need to be flashy. She doesn't need to impress the fans with her flashy moveset. She impresses everyone with her looks. Her looks alone impress the WWE Universe. Bit of a car and elbow tie up here as these two ladies lock up. Cassie Fairbanks. Cassie Fairbanks. To your Queen of Evolve. And oh man, that was vicious. That was a vicious move by Wright to retain the title, and a kick out by Fairbanks. And now Lucy Wright in control of the NXT. And Lucy Wright in control of Cassie Fairbanks. So used to Cassie Fairbanks on Evolve here on NXT. It's so weird. I know what you mean. You're getting yourself a little bit mixed up there, Andy. I know. Can't help it. Come on. Ah, come on. And now look at this. Top rope. Or second rope, I should say. Oh, and a big drop kick. Lucy Wright in control of Fairbanks right now. This is what Lucy's got to do. She's got to stay in control of Fairbanks. Don't let her mount any kind of comeback. Oh, and look at this. Right, and Fairbanks trying to, as you said, mount a comeback, and Wright back on top. And now a double axe handle to Fairbanks. Cassie Fairbanks. Cassie Fairbanks. And the WWE Universe trying to rally Cassie Fairbanks back into this match. And there's a clothesline. And another clothesline. Ducks. Kick to the head, and here comes Fairbanks. And now Fairbanks starting to build momentum. This is not what you want if you're the Evolve Champion. Oh, and down goes Wright. Into the cover to become the Evolve Women's Champion. Oh, a kick out. And now Cassie, oh look at Cassie trying to grab her for the Cassie lock, and Lucy Wright. Very, very wise of Lucy Wright to do that. That was very, very correct, very clever. Oh, look at this. Feet on the ropes. So wait a second. Daphne LaShawn caught Lucy putting her feet on the ropes. Oh! And now Fairbanks heading up to the top right with a double stomp right to the ribs. With a double stomp to the ribs. And now the Cassie lock. Uh-oh, the Cassie lock. Cassie lock. Cassie lock. We're about to have a new Evolve champion. Yeah! We're about to have a new Evolve champion. Is Cassie Fairbanks about to do the unthinkable and defeat Wright here on Evolve. Here on the first episode of Evolve. Are we going to have a new Evolve champion here on the first Evolve? And look at Lucy Wright raking the eyes of Fairbanks. And Lucy Wright raking the eyes of Fairbanks. Smart strategy by the champ. A smart strategy by the champion. She knew she was too far away from the ropes. And now a spinning TKO. And now a spinning TKO on Fairbanks. Cover to retain. And Fairbanks holds on again. And Fairbanks holds on again. And now Lucy Wright. Kick to the midsection. Oh, and there's the beauty check. The beauty check. Wright retains. And Lucy Wright remains Evolve Women's Champion. Here is your winner. And still Evolve Women's Champion, Lucy Wright. And Lucy Wright remains the Evolve Women's Champion. The sexiest woman alive remains the sexiest woman on Evolve and the queen of Evolve. That's right. Oh, please. Come on, Andy. You can't resist me, Andy. Come on, Andy. Look at... Acknowledge the beauty. Acknowledge her beauty. Big win for Lucy Wright here on Evolve, and that concludes our first edition of Evolve. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you all in future episodes.